Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome to our channel. And so we are going to start our class for today. I think that today it will be the last live class. From tomorrow onwards, you will get regular videos and you have to watch those videos. Okay. So let's see 4.4.2, that is industries. And so let's begin. Hope all of you are ready with the book. We have already come to know that Assam is rich in natural resources. We know that Assam is very rich in natural resources. In spite of plenty of natural resources, including valuable mineral resources, Assam is lagging behind in the industrial sector. As you know that Assam is rich in natural resources, but even though it is not so well developed in industrial sector. Okay, in spite of having so much natural resources, Assam is still backward in industrial sector. Assam is still not successful in fostering means developing the process of industrialization through proper utilization of the resources. And Assam is still not successful in developing the process of industrialization by proper use of natural resources or by the different resources that is available here in Assam. Okay, from this paragraph, we have come to know that Assam is rich in natural resources. In spite of having so much natural resources, Assam is not so developed in industrial sector. However, presently some schemes have been introduced for industrial development of the state. But at present time, government has taken some initiative. They have launched some schemes for the development of industry in Assam. In order to execute these schemes, the Department of Industry and Commerce, Government of Assam and Assam Industrial Development Corporation are especially involved. So the duty of government is generally to make and to implement the different kinds of schemes for the development of industry. So to execute these schemes which are planned by the government, different department have been formed, like Department of Industry and Commerce, that is Government of Assam, and Assam Industrial Development Corporation are generally formed or especially formed to implement or to execute the different schemes planned by the government for the development of industry here in Assam. The industrial development plans are undertaken on the basis of the industrial policies announced by the central and the state government from time to time. So the industrial development plans, whatever government generally make the plan for the development of industrial sector in a state, they have to follow the policies which are announced by both the central and the state government. Okay, so industries, the expansion of industry is to be taken place on the basis of the guidelines provided by the state and the central government. At present, due to emphasis has been at present, due emphasis has been given on the development of a small scale industrial sector. So at present, importance has been given, special emphasis means importance, has been given for the development of a small scale industrial sector. In this sector, the employment generating, manufacturing and processing industries are taken into account. So in this sector, that means in this small scale industrial sector, employment generating, that means generation of employment opportunities, or manufacturing and processing are generally taken into account. The industrial development of the state will attain its pace. Okay, so you remember this last line is very important. The industrial development of state means of Assam will attain its pace means will attain its speed. That means industrial development can develop very fast, or the expansion of industry can be taken or develop very fast when only when the next page, when the problems of industrial development, especially uh, of energy and transport sector, are removed. So at first, If we want to develop the industrial sector of Assam, then especially what we have to do, the government especially have to take some initiative to remove the problem related with the energy and transport sector. So whatever problems our state Assam is facing regarding energy sources and transport sector, if we remove these problems, then ultimately we can hope for the development of industries. So this line you have to remember that for the development of industry, at first energy and transport sector, whatever problems we have, these two problems, energy problem and transport sector problem, if these two are removed, then the development of industry can be possible very fast. In this regard, it is observed that the environment of industrialization has been gradually improving in the state. So nowadays we can say that the environment for industrialization is for setting industry is gradually improving. That means day by day, we can't say that Assam is very advanced in industrial sector, but day by day it is progressing. During the period from 2005 to 2006 to 2008 to 2009, the annual growth of manufacturing industries and their contribution of the state economy came down gradually. Okay, so if we see the economy of Assam from 2005 to 6 and from 8 to 9, the contribution in the state economy, that means if we see the contribution of industries in the state economy, it is little bit down. But since 2009 to 2010, the growth of industries and their contribution. If we see the data of 2009 to 10, we can see there that the contribution of industry is little increasing toward the state economy. But if we see the data of 2005 6 up to 2009, the contribution from industries toward the state economy was not good. But from 2009 to 10, it has slightly increased. Okay, so now this is not so much important, so we'll go to the next page, that is page number 98. And this table, if you want to see, you can see, okay, at home. So now let's turn the page and try to understand some more thing. The government of India has announced some schemes for the industrial development in Assam as well as in Northeast India. So the central government has announced some of the schemes for the development of industry that we have in Assam as well as in Northeast India. In this regard, the Northeast Industrial Investment Promotion Policy announced in 2007 is noteworthy. So for the development of industry, government has introduced one scheme known as Northeast Industrial Investment Promotion Policy, and it was announced in the year 2007. It is very much important. Especially this policy was introduced for the development of industry in Assam as well as in Northeast India. As a complementary to this policy, the government of Assam has also undertaken some industrial schemes by announcing the state industrial policy in 2008. Okay, so just you see there, at first we have come to know that in 2007, the central government has introduced a policy known as Northeastern Industrial Investment Promotion Policy in 2007, especially for the progress of industry in entire Northeast. And with that, the state government, that means the government of Assam, has also learned something, and they have also introduced another industrial policy in the year 2008. State industrial policy in 2008, it was introduced here in Assam by Assam government. But another one, Northeast Industrial Investment Promotion Policy, was announced by in the year 2007 by the central government. You have to remember this. Presently, as many as 64 commercial estates and 50 industrial estates have been established in different districts of Assam under the central and the state industrial policy. So at present, 64 commercial estates and 50 industrial estates, estates means area, especially large area, have been formed by the policy for the expansion of industry in Assam. 64 are commercial, that means for business purpose, while 50 are industrial, means here. Three industrial growth centers are established at Balipara of Sonitpur district, Matia of Gwalpara district, and Chayagaon Patgaon of Kamrup district. Industrial Growth Center. Okay, these names you should remember, but in last 5 years, if we see, this question have not been appeared in exam, but it may come during your time, so you will just underline this one. Again, all total nine, I think. Total nine integrated infrastructural development center are set up at Silapathar, then Bandar Deva, Dalgaon, Rangia, Malinibil, Dimau, Naldoli, and Parvatipur, Pitabor, Pihu, and Serapanguri. So these are some of the places which are especially developed for infrastructures. Infrastructure, that means here different kinds of infrastructure development centers have been formed. These are also not so important. After reviewing the state industrial policy of 2008, so you see this one, state industrial policy of 2008, it was introduced by the state government, isn't it? But before that, in 2007, another policy was introduced by the central government in the year 2007, known as Northeast Industrial Investment Promotion Policy. But here what happened, after reviewing the state industrial policy of 2008, the government of Assam has announced the industrial and investment policy Assam in 2014 for industrial development of the state. And the state industrial policy which was launched in 2008, there the government have reviewed, that means the government has studied about the policy, and once again it was introduced in 2014 for the industrial development of state. The principal aims of the recently announced state industrial policy are as follows. So in 2014, when the new state industrial policy was reintroduced, it had some principles aim. So let's see what are those aims. Number one, it is written to increase the gross domestic product of the state by developing the manufacturing and services sectors along with the various economic activities. So the first aims of the state industrial policy of 2014 is what? To increase the gross domestic product. That means to increase the value of earned or value earned by all means in the state. That means the income. To increase the gross domestic product means to increase the state income of our state by developing the manufacturing and service sectors. Whatever manufacturing process, whatever industries are there, whatever different types of service sectors are there, by developing all these, the main target is to increase the income of our state from industries. Okay, next it is to increase the per capita. So next aim is to increase per capita income. Per capita income generally means the average income of an individual, okay, in a financial year. So the second aims, or you can say objective, of the industrial policy was to increase per capita income. And to increase in per capita income, at first the total income of the state has to be increased. Then it also written that employment, to increase employment opportunities in the state. Yes, the target is also to give, or the aim is also to provide more employment opportunities by developing the industrial sectors, especially in the rural areas. Then it encourage the increase investment for the development of the micro, small and medium industries, to encourage and increase investment. Okay. So third one, it is written to encourage people. Okay, the scheme or the policy, state industrial policy, encourage people rural area to start some of the micro or small, even medium industries, and they will also provide finance, okay, to those people who will start this kind of small industries at their home. Next, it is to create large number of skilled person, and last one is to create or to make human being in to make human being the human resource by providing different kind of training, which we call skilled person. Okay, these four were the aims, or you can say policy, state industrial policy. Okay, next you see next paragraph of this page. The industries of Assam can be broadly divided into five types. So the industries of Assam are generally divided into five types. Number one is mining industries, then it comes handicraft industries, then next it is agro-based industries, then power industries, and service sector industries. Okay, so these are the different types of industries that we have in Assam. The major industries under each of these five types are mentioned in table 4.12. We'll see that one. However, all these industries are not discussed here. The agro-based industries, including tea industries and also the fishery and oil industries, are described briefly. Okay, so from this paragraph, you just remember the name of the five types of industries that we have in Assam. Okay, once again, you see here mining industries, then it comes handicraft industries, then agro-based industries, power-based industries, and service sector industries. So these are some of the major industries that we have in Assam. But it is not possible to discuss all these type of industries, but here we have discussed only some of those, like the agro-based industries, and that is tea industry we'll see here, and fishery, and the last one is oil-based industry. So these three types of industry we'll discuss in this lesson. Okay, so let's see the next page little bit. That is 99. Major type of industries of Assam, you can see the table, that is 4.12. Mining industries. Major industries are oil and natural gas industry, coal industries, limestone industry, etc. These all falls under mining industries. Then next it comes handicraft industry, where it falls handloom and textile industries, bamboo, cane industry, brass and bell metal industry, pottery industry, etc. Then it comes agro-based and allied industries. Allied industry, agro-based means dependent or based on agriculture, while allied industries means those industries which are dependent on the product of agriculture. So some of the example are like forestry, tea industry, silk industry, rubber industry, food processing industry, paper industry, allied industry like fishery, animal husbandry, etc. All this falls under agro-based allied industries. The next is power industry like hydropower industry, oil, coal gas, based energy industry. Next it is service sector industries. There it comes trade industry, transport and communication, tourism industry, hotel business, banking and insurance services. All types of business, public administration falls under these sectors. Okay, so at least type of industry you should remember. If you can't remember the major industries under them, but at least you should know about the type of industries. Now, agro-based industries, are you there? If you have any doubt, you simply ask. If you want to continue, we can continue this agro-based industries. If not, we'll end the class here. No doubt. Then shall we continue the agro-based one? Okay, let's see then agro-based industries. Agro-based industries are those industries which are based on agriculture. Okay, varieties of food crops and cash crops are produced in Assam. So varieties of food crops. Food crops are those crops which are used or cultivated for domestic purposes as well as for supplying in the market. But cash crop basically are those crops which we cultivate only for selling purposes, especially means for business purpose. Okay, so food crops and cash crops, different types of these types of crops are grown in Assam due to its climatic and soil suitable for agriculture. So here in Assam, you can even see food crops, cash crops, because the quality of soil is suitable for the agriculture. There is immense, that means there is large scope for setting up different industries in Assam using the agricultural product as raw materials. Okay, so there is large scope of uh, establishing industries based on the different types of raw materials that present in Assam. In this regard, some agro-based industries have come up. So to use the raw materials that present here in Assam, some of the industries have set up here in Assam. At present, the major agro-based industries of the state are, so some of the major agro-based industries like forestry, tea industry, silk industry, rubber industry, food processing. Food processing industries means especially those type of industry where they make or they can preserve the food for a longer time. Okay, and paper industries. So these are some of the industries which are based on the agro or agricultural product, we can say. Food processing industry is a major type of agro-based industry. Okay, so food processing industry is also an important agro-based industry. Recently, this industry has gained importance and it is expected to put a positive impact on the state economy within a short period of time. So recently, the importance for food processing industry have gained a lot, and within a very short period of time its positive effect has also been seen in the economy of our country, in economy of our country, not economy of our state. The forests of Assam are full of various forest resources and the industries like paper, plywoods, etc. So in forest resources, if we see under forest resources, there are many resources which we use as the raw materials for different industries. Like we can see here, some forest resources are like bamboos, you can say, or some big trees for plywood industries. Okay, so like the paper industry, plywood industry, they use raw materials that we get or extract from the forest, have already grown up based on the forest resources. So paper mill or plywood industries, they have grown up very fast because of the forest resources that we present or that we have in the forest of Assam. But the various type of fruits, vegetables, plants and medicinal plants found in the forest of Assam are not so far collected and utilized on commercial basis. Okay. So some of the forest resources like the bamboos and some plants and trees we have using as the raw materials for some industries. But apart from that, there are many kinds of fruits, vegetable plants, and medicinal plants that are available in the forest of Assam. But till now, these are not used or not supplied on the market for commercial basis. However, some agro-based industries are now set up based on the fruits and vegetables produced in the rural areas of Assam. But nowadays, some agro-based industries are also set up on the basis of what the fruits and vegetables that produced in the rural areas of Assam. Among these, the food parks established at Chayagaon and Natkuchi Pihu are notable. Okay, so these are food parks. So you can underline this last line. And in 98 also there is a page, you see that table. Some of the thing you may get as important from there. Silk industry. Now next it is another industry which is also an agro-based industry. Silk industry is one of the major agro-based industries of the state. Traditionally, three kinds of silks are produced in Assam: Eri, Muga, and Mulberry yarn. Okay, so these are the three types of silk that are produced in Assam. Number one is Eri, then Muga, and finally it comes Mulberry yarn. Part Muga, part silk we call it. These three silk types have occupied unique position in Assamese culture and society. So the value of this area, then Muga and Path have very high in the Assamese culture and Assamese society. The Eri, Muga and Path cloths prepared from these silks have received popularity not in India but also in different countries of world. Okay, so it has very high demand in international level, we can say. Okay, so really is very great thing to know that the people of different countries, they also prefer the cloths made up of eri, moga or even part silk. Assam is one of the major eri on the page. Assam is one of the major eri producing, is not it? It is, yes, producing states accounting about 65% production of the country. So now you see Assam alone produces 65% of area in our country. That means out of the total production of ARI, 65% is alone produced here in our state. But the production of mulberry yarn is not so high in the state. But if we talk about mulberry yarn, it is not produced in high amount. On the other hand, Assam has become world famous in the production of muga yarn, commonly known as golden silk. And on the other hand, Assam is also world famous in the production of muga yarn that is known as golden silk. More than 97% muga yarn of India is produced in Assam. So if you talk about muga, 97%, more than 97% of the total production of silk muga yarn is produced alone here in Assam. Along with substantial also means large. Okay. So along with substantial production of silk, its associated handloom industries have also helped in the state. So along with large production of silk, its associated means it related handloom industry have also developed in the state. So handloom is industries have also developed in the state. At present, there are more than 13 lakh looms. Looms and means handlooms. So at present, there are more than 13 lakh handlooms in Assam, and about 25 lakhs people are directly or indirectly associated with weaving industries. Okay. So now these AD, Muga, because of this, the handloom industries have also grown up, and near about 25 lakhs people of Assam, directly or indirectly, they are associated with the weaving industries. After that, it comes rubber industries. Rubber industry is another important agro-based industry of Assam. Okay. Next to tea plantation, rubber plantation has now become popular in the state. So Assam is popular for tea, that's no doubt. But next to it there is rubber plantation. The Rubber Board of India has identified Assam as a most prospective state for rubber plantation based on its suitable climate. So the Rubber Board of India had declared that Assam is one of the most suitable place for the cultivation or plantation of rubber because of its suitable climate. Rubber was planted on about 16.5 thousand hectares of land during 2006 to 2007. Okay, during 2006 to 2007, in Assam, near about 16.5 thousand hectares of land were used for the plantation of rubber. But in 2012-13, the plantation area was increased by more than two times and it became 34.5 thousand hectares of land. So you can see in 2006-7 only 16.5 thousand hectares, but in 2012-13 it reached to 34.5. So from this data we can understand the importance or the suitable climate for the plantation of rubber. In view of a more prospect, that means in view of a more scope of rubber production in the state, the Rubber Board of India has taken a scheme to extend the rubber plantation area up to 2 lakh hectare by the end of 12 5-year plan. 12 5-year plan especially means it was 2017. Okay, so during 2012-13, the government has taken some schemes, and according to which the cultivation of or the plantation of rubber have to be extended up to 2 lakh hectare up to 2017. In 2012-13, it was 34.5, but according to the scheme of government, the area have to, especially plantation of rubber, have to be extended up to 2 lakh hectare up to or by the end of 2017. Now tea industry. Tea industry is the largest agro-based industry of the state. Assam has earned a good name in tea industry not only in India but also in the world. So Assam is very popular for tea industry not only in India but also in the world. The industry plays an important role of the state economy. Okay, so the tea industry plays an important role for the economy of our state. Assam alone produces more than half of the total tea production of India. So out of the total production of tea in India, more than half is alone produced in our state. Tea industry of Assam has flourished, that is developed due to luxuriant growth of tea under favorable climate. So tea industry in Assam is very much developed because here the production of tea is very high as it has a suitable condition for its growth. Assam has a total of 765 tea states, it means large area, and also 78,091 small tea gardens with area less than 10.12 hectares as per data of 2012. So the 765 tea estates, large tea estates, and 78,091 small tea gardens we have to remember. Okay. Tea is cultivated in Assam in a total of 318,000 hectares of land. So tea cultivation area of Assam is 318,000 hectares of land. About 500,000 tons of tea were produced in 2009. So if you see the data of 2009, here it is written about 5,000 tons of tea were produced in that year. And later in the year 590,000 tons in 2012. Okay, so from 500 in 2009 it reached to 590 in 2012. A large number of people are now employed in tea industries, and there are many numbers of people who are dependent on tea industries. More than 6.86 lakhs people are engaged on the page. So engaged on daily average. So on daily average, this much number of people are engaged in tea industries. Okay, then next it comes according to the another sources of Tea Board of India, the small tea growers of the state now cultivate tea in about 88,000 hectares of land and produce about 107,000 tons of tea. And those small growers, small tea growers are also there, which are about which cultivate near about 88,000 hectares of land, and they also produce 107,000 tons of tea every year. When it comes, the leading position of Assam in tea production in India is evident from the table 4.13. Assam has earned the glory of producing 51 to 53% alone of the total tea production of India during 2001 to 2012. So if we see the data of 2001 to 2012, okay, then near about 51 to 53% alone our state Assam produces tea in India. Okay, so now I think we have to stop here because only few are present. Let's see how many are present. Please write your name. Those who are present, please write your name. The opposite is there. Is it the opposite? What about others? Yesterday, many of you have said, "Sir, live class, live class, live class." But at the time of live class, only 3 people comes to live class. So, what is the benefit of taking live class? So, I have this taken live classes from tomorrow onwards. Today is the last one. Okay, now only 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. Other where? Okay, then let's stop here, is not it? There are many pages to go, or how many are left? Yes, the important points are there on beside this, but no need to worry if you are interested. Okay, you will get good videos. Please watch those videos and you will understand. I will try to make those very nice one so that you can understand it very clearly. And whatever I will make, if you read that much only, it will be sufficient for you to secure good marks. Okay. So let's stop the class here because I have another class for class 9 and they are very good. They come on time. But I don't know what happened to some of you that you are busy in something else. Okay, please focus on your study, not in playing mobile. Okay, so thank you very much once again for being with us. Bye bye. Take care.